Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in. My name is Taylor and this is part 3 of my solo trip series. And in part 3, I'll be talking about what to expect, right? What to expect on a solo trip. So for me, in this video, I'll be talking about what to be aware of when you go on your solo trip, okay? So the first thing is the rental car, right? The rental car, I was told by my travel agent that the rental car was gonna be such and such amount. And when I got to the rental car place, I was able to pick out the car. I was like, okay, cool. And I never done this before. Keep that in mind, please. And when I picked out the car, I was like, cool, you know, I'm in the car and I feel good. That's another thing. Make sure you feel good when you're in the car, you know, like, oh, this is it. No. But yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And I noticed after I picked up the car, I had to figure out how much it was gonna cost, and it was more than I was promised. So please be aware that if you get a rental car and you pick out the car, it might be a little bit more than you think it is gonna be. So that's just definitely something to be aware of. And also, you can always go to the cashier or go to the person that's showing you the cars and ask them which car is going to be closest to the amount that I promised, and, you know, let them know how much that was and go from there, because they might be able to help you out with that. But that's definitely something that I will try doing next time I go on a solo trip. So the next thing that I'll be talking about, notes, is the hotel. So with the hotel, as I mentioned from the part 2 video on how to prepare, I talked about how I was a little salty, McDonald's fries salty, that they didn't have a hot tub or a pool that I could sit in. You know, it would have been nice. You know, I know that Santa Monica, California, they got a beach, but I really wanted to sit in the hot tub though and relax, you know, but I don't know, that would have been nice. So please call, make sure that you already know, like, hey, y'all got a hot tub, and that way you're prepared and coming in and not disappointed. I want to make sure you're not disappointed. And if you don't call in advance and that's something that you really want to do, sit in the hot tub or go in the pool, you're going to be disappointed if you don't call in advance. So I definitely suggest you do that. Please be aware that some hotels do not have a hot tub or a pool. Next is the stuff to do, and this list, a lot of the stuff will be stuff to do, you know, if you're going on a solo trip, and also Santa Monica. So if I say Santa Monica, then that includes Santa Monica. You know, that's the stuff you could do there. But a lot of it's just gonna be stuff that you could do when you're on a solo trip. So y'all ready? Okay, so here we go. The first thing that I would suggest is walk around the city, check out the stores, check out the shops, walk on the beach, rent a bike or a scooter to ride around on the sidewalk. So this is the Santa Monica one. So you can go from you can rent a bicycle or a scooter at the Santa Monica beach, and then you can ride on the sidewalk to the Venice beach. Just get this beautiful view, feel the wind, feel the sun, you know, listen to some music, put your headphones on, and just vibe out. You know, that's something I really wanted to do, but I didn't have time to. So that's definitely something that I would love to do next time I go on a solo trip. And anywhere, you know, just rent a bike and do that. I got a friend that's been every time we go to like a city, she always talks about wanting to do that, like, hey, let's do this, you know. And she's the one that gave me the idea. So I've just been set on trying that out because it actually does look fun. So there's that. And then go to the Santa Monica Pier. It's so much fun. And the Santa Monica Pier, they have a bunch of snacks, a bunch of restaurants, food that you could check out, and souvenir shops, of course. I don't know if I already said it, but they have amusement park rides. They're not like Six Flags type of thing, but they're actually pretty fun. So I would check that out if you are going to Santa Monica for your solo trip. Then there is the Native Spirit Lodge, and when I went there, I had a lot of fun. My uncle actually, I met him there, well, uncle slash family friend. We met each other there, and he knows the spot. I wasn't even planning on going there. He's the one that actually told me about it. So we just met there, and he was telling me about all these crystals and the meanings behind them. There's like paper there's papers that had the meaning of each crystal behind it. So it had the crystal, and then it had the paper with it, so that way you know like what you're getting yourself into. Like, okay, this is about this is about that. And in my other video, I actually talked about a couple of the bracelets my uncle gave me, and they were hematite, and hematite harmonizes mind, body, and spirit, among other things. And he also got me a crystal Bible, where I'm able to go from there and figure out which crystals that I might want to buy online or something. But yes, definitely felt good checking that out, and that's definitely something that helped me start my spiritual journey as well. So next is DK's Donuts. These are the donuts, and they were delicious. The flour is actually edible, and it was so freaking good. There's that, and then so something sweet, you can go out and get something sweet. It doesn't have to be DK's Donuts, but that's just an example, an idea. That's something you could do. Then there is the magic show, y'all. You can go to a magic show, you know. And some of these things, I will say, you will have to call in advance, because I was calling all these places trying to figure out, hey, this is something that I want to do. But you really got to let them know ahead of time. You really got to know how much these things are going to cost. That way you come in, you already have things scheduled, and you're good. So there's that. And then yoga. You can do some yoga. What solo trip is, I think, a part of a solo trip, one of the reasons why people go on solo trips is to relax, right? So what better thing to do than yoga, right? So yoga, you can do naked yoga. I got a friend that actually tried that, and she said it was very beneficial for her, you know, just being naked around other people that are naked, and they're not focused on like, ooh, her body, da-da-da. They're focused on themselves. They're trying to, you know, self-love, just, you know, take care of them, take care of you, self-care, self-love, all that in the above, and have that instructor, you know, guide you. You know, there's no pressure. Everybody's out there, everybody loose, you know. So naked yoga, or just regular yoga, hot yoga. Hot yoga is when it's hot as fuck, right? And you are doing yoga and you're sweating. Yep, never did hot yoga, if you can't tell. But yeah, that's what I heard. It makes sense, right? Hot yoga. So yeah, yoga. Then Universal Studios, y'all, I know you heard of that. So you could go to Universal Studios, check out all the amusing, the rides, you know, so that is an option. What I decided to do was the indoor skydiving. So indoor skydiving is in Universal Studios, so that would be something that you could do on your own to experience. Stand-up comedy. You can see somebody, you know, get some laughs, or watch a movie, get some laughs, you know. You could go to a jazz / poetry club. That'll be fun, right? Listen to some music, listen to some poetry. You could go to the club. Go to the club. Hey. No, you can go to the club. Okay. You could go to the club, right? My suggestion is to not do that because you are by yourself. I would not do that unless I was with somebody else. Just because it's nighttime, got drinks in my system, you got other people that are drunk that are going to want to take advantage of you, especially as a female. So it's just, I wouldn't recommend that, but it is an option to go to the club. And then there is restaurants. Check out some restaurants, whatever food you like. So I would not go to a restaurant that I've already been to before, like McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, all that. You probably have it in your city, right? So why go to a restaurant that's already in your city unless you're homesick, you know, or feeling comfortable, you're trying to feel good, you know, if you're overwhelmed with being in a new city, you know, that makes sense. But if you're not, I would check out a restaurant, whatever food you like, Mexican, soul food, seafood, etc., etc. You could try that out and just look up, you know, Mexican food restaurants and go from there, and it'll pop up a bunch of suggestions, and you can look at the price, see how many dollar signs are next to it. That'll tell you how expensive it is and if it's in your price range, and go from there. So I would definitely check out restaurants. Okay, so I talked about all the stuff that you could do in Santa Monica and also that you could do in a solo trip. So the next thing that I'll talk about is that people are going to be talking to you. People are going to want to talk to you. You know, people are going to want to talk to you. You're by yourself. What's your story? You don't have to tell them everything. You don't even have to say anything. You can just smile. Like, that's okay. It's okay. But if you do talk to somebody, you don't have to pour out your entire life story and give them your government name. You don't have to do all that. You could just share your opinions and your experiences with that person. You know, interact, communicate. It's fun. Socialize. You know, especially if you're getting out of your comfort zone, and it's fun and it's different, you know, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is happening and it's not even that bad. So yeah, people are gonna want to talk to you, and when you're talking with that person, feel their vibe, feel their energy. If you feeling it, then go ahead. Then that's when you open up and tell them a little bit about you. Not okay, just, you know, a little bit at a time, right? So that's that. And then yeah, so on a solo trip, if you've been on trips before with other people, you notice that, okay, we're on a set schedule, and everybody, you know, there's a plan for, we got to do this and we got to do that, you know, and we got to wake up at this time or whatever. But on a solo trip, you don't have to worry about all that. You could just wake up when you feel like it, do whatever you want, you know. And with a solo trip, okay, the kind of solo trip that I went on was one that's relaxing. It may seem like wasted time, but I'm making the time, you know. I'm making time last. I'm slowing down time. I'm enjoying every single moment that's happening to me. So that is what I gained from it, you know. And if you're watching this and you like this, give it a thumbs up, please, and subscribe if you're interested in more content, or comment, you know, if you have any questions or comments for me, please leave some comments for me, you know. But yeah, and with all that being said, you know, just relax, enjoy the moment. If this is what you want to do, instead of having this is you're by yourself, you get to guide how you want your trip to go. You do. Nobody else is telling you need to do this, you need that. Oh, next we're gonna do this, next we're gonna do that. Nope. You get to choose. Okay, I do want to say this. When it comes to group trips, I've had a lot of fun. You know, I just know that I don't have all the control over it, which is cool. But when you are on a solo trip, you do have control, which is cool too. So that's all I'm saying. Eating alone. So when you eat alone, people are gonna look at you. People are gonna look at you funny. Wherever you go, you could be at Red Robin, you know, and go eat by yourself, get a drink, eat by yourself, and you're just chilling there. People are gonna stare at you. People are gonna be like, why is she by herself? You know, did she get stood up or whatever? But please be aware that people are definitely gonna look at you when you're eating by yourself. People are gonna look at you like, okay, she's by herself. You know, just be aware that will happen. And if you really feel that uncomfortable, I would do something that you can do that's busy. Read a magazine. They have magazines. They offered me one, you know, if you want to do that. Or you can get a view. Get a window seat, you know, and not like an airplane, you know what I mean, like a window seat. Get a view, somewhere where you have a view, where you're sitting down eating your food and just enjoying what you're seeing. Yeah, so there's that. And then so remember, when you're coming from the pier at night, the Santa Monica Pier, when you're coming from the Santa Monica Pier at night, here's some things that to be aware of. The traffic's gonna suck. You know, in the morning before 10 a.m., traffic's not gonna be bad, you good. But when it comes to at night, everybody's trying to leave. Everybody and their baby trying to leave. So just be aware. Have some good tunes on, because you gonna be in there jamming, like for real. That's all that I have for you though, as far as what to expect, what to be aware of when you're on a solo trip, and also a solo trip to Santa Monica, California. So tune in for my next video, please. And that is part 4, my unique experience. I'll be talking about my little adventures in more depth, and I hope to see you there. Bye.